back. It was $20,000 a piece a little over 12 months ago, but today Bitcoin's trading at just over $4,000. But with growing interest from institutional investors as well as regulators on both sides of the Atlantic, what's the future hold for cryptocurrencies? Well, Iqbal Gandham is UK Managing Director for the trading platform eToro. Iqbal, good afternoon to you. The price of Bitcoin fell by 73% last year. Is there any way up from here?
Definitely. I think the future of Bitcoin is bright. Bitcoin has fallen in line with other asset classes and other such as commodities and equities. We know the stock markets have had their largest decline in a decade. Companies such as Vodafone have fallen 30%, British American Tobacco 50%, ASOS even 70%. So Bitcoin falling 70%, and it's such a new, I would say, company. It's nothing.
Well, I mean, the FTSE 100 didn't fall by that much, did it?
But it's been around a lot longer.
I mean, what about the other cryptos? I mean, obviously Bitcoin is the biggest and best established, but I mean, it dragged all of the rest of them down in its wake, didn't it?
Yeah, so Bitcoin is the so-called daddy of the crypto asset market. It's just as other companies are dragged down by stocks performing in the FTSE 100, whether they're positive or negative, people look at Bitcoin as a bit of an index.
What are the specific factors, though, behind the fall? I mean, was it the fact that it got a bit too bubbly at the end of 2017, or were there other factors at play? I mean, rising interest rates, for example, do not help cryptocurrencies, do they?
I don't think it's interest rates, but I think, in November 2017, the price was $8,000. So from 8,000 to 4,000 is only a 50% decline. But from 20,000, I think there was a momentum-driven pricing in December, and I think that momentum was a bit too quick.
So what makes you so confident that the price is going to rally this year?
It's the underlying technology. If you have a look at the amount of developers and the development happening in the technology, in the underlying blockchain technology and also Bitcoin, it's increasing, it hasn't declined. And I think if people understand the technology rather than just view the price point, they will understand that this is not something which is going to go away.
What about the cost of Bitcoin mining in comparison with the overall price? What's been happening there?
Well, the cost of mining is dependent on electricity, but there's a lot of work being done in moving away from mining, so side chains and lightning networks, so that all transactions aren't put on the main blockchain, so you don't need to mine every single transaction.
Isn't the problem, though, that the likes of Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies, adoption has not been that rapid, has it? It hasn't taken off in the way that people thought it would do.
It's 12 months since mass awareness. Admittedly, it's been a decade since it was first launched, but 12 months for mass awareness. If you have a look at any startup idea or any business, the first 12 months are always going to be a little bit, up and down. I think we still need to give it another 24 to 36 months before we start measuring the adoption.
And what about the attitude of regulators? I mean, there is a view afoot that this is still pretty much the Wild West. Do you think regulators are getting their heads around this a lot more now?
Definitely. I think the UK regulator has done a great job. It's had a sit and watch policy. It will be bringing out regulation in 2019, which is, I would say, supportive of the industry rather than, antagonising the industry, which is what the industry really requires.
So we're $4,000 as we speak. Where do you see the price being at the end of the year? Go on, stick your neck out.
At the end of the year, I would say if it's at 10,000 plus,
wow.
We'd be in a good place. But I think, again, you have to look at the technology moving towards the tokenization.
All right. Hopefully we'll have you back this time next year to find out more about that.
All right, thank you.
And that's